injured in an accident, you're preparing for a future with your estate planning, you're getting ready to close in on a real estate deal, or you're about to welcome a new addition through adoption into your family, or you're facing criminal charges, you need very experienced attorneys, and that is what the Drake Williams Law Firm will be able to do for you in navigating the legal system. The door to their cozy office in historic downtown Ponchatoula has been open since 1981. They have helped thousands and thousands of Louisiana families and individuals win cases, close on real estate deals, and regain that peace of mind. Their lawyers over at the Drake Williams Law Firm, Ernie Drake III, Ryan J. Williams, and Summer Vignair, are very determined, compassionate, and dedicated to their craft. It's the Drake Williams Law Firm, drakewilliamslawfirm.com. Give them a call today at 985-386-7600. Tell them your good friend Blake Ruffino at AYS sent you on by.
Ladies and gentlemen, he is finally back. The man with the master plan, Mike Jones Jr. What's up, buddy?
Nothing much, man. Nothing much. Feeling good.
Okay, is it true? Are the rumors on Twitter true that the reason that you hadn't been here in a week was because Greg Prin smacked you in Madden? Yes or no?
Those were the reasons, but unfortunately, did take a loss. Like all great franchises, we sometimes we don't win them all.
You're the Tom Brady of Madden.
And he's Eli Manning.
Bro, first off, Eli, people rag on Eli, but man, those two throws in the Super Bowl were unreal.
Facts.
What do you do, Mike? What do you do? Like,
I was telling somebody this the other day. I learned when I got to college, going up with Trevor in practice and some of the other guys, there are times where there's just nothing you can do. A quarterback can put up the ball in a place where there's just nothing you can do. You can cover as great as you want, have perfect coverage. And if you're not big enough to cover him, like if it's a tight end and he's huge and he just literally throws it away from you to where only his guy can get it, sometimes it's just a part of the game.
Cover him, 1-9. Cover him. Coach, I am. I'm doing everything. I tackled him. I drop kicked him at the line of scrimmage. He still got up and scored. I really just don't know what to do right now. Mike Jones Jr. is our guest. Mike, listen, summer, it's hot. We're out here. Y'all are working out. I was up at Football Loves a couple days ago. Guys getting it in, man. Guys are completely getting it in. Just give us a recap. What's been going on? How are you doing? How's your process going so far this summer since the last time we talked to you?
Yeah, man, it's been great. Like one of the things I really was like thinking about, I didn't want to overwork myself, but you want to be super productive, during the summer. I want to come into camp healthy, also in great shape, locked in mentally. And, at least for myself, I can say like I'm, very much on the way achieving all those goals, feeling good, mentally, I'm spending a lot of time at Coach House, spending a lot of time in the playbook, spending a lot of time with the fellas. We do some player-led practices on our own and, doing a good job communicating and just, handling my job, getting my job done. It's been a good summer, man. And, we got another month to knock it out and get ready to go.
So, Mike, like you said, another month, buddy, we're 30 days away. Actually, technically, with the new NCAA ruling, there are some things you can do with coaches during the summer now, and I think that goes into effect next week. So,
Trust me, I've heard about this rule.
Well, I'm just telling you, prepare yourself, dog. That's when you know that you've been like me, fifth-year senior like you, okay? You've been in college too long when they're changing the rules, right?
Man, I'm like, y'all can't. I heard, I was like, y'all can't do this to me.
Right. When long story short, targeting was a big thing when I was in college. Okay, it was the biggest thing. Targeting was the new rule. Everything was enforced, and all the defensive guys, all you guys, okay, on the defensive side of the ball, went full Denzel and trained day. You think you can do this to me? Like some of y'all will be playing basketball in Pelican Bay when I'm finished with you. But it's always changing, man. And it's crazy because not only, Mike, do the coaches have to be prepared for all this stuff, but, man, y'all do too.
Facts. Absolutely.
Insanity.
That's
So
why.
you talked about Coach Matt. You talked about, though, going out on the field, practicing and player-led practices.
Yeah.
Just take us through that. I mean, don't give us what you're running, what you're calling, what you're doing. But what are those like? Like, do you send a text out at 7 a.m. like, be out there at 3, who Mike Jones? Like, how does that happen?
No one would show up if I said it like that. But I think that's how everybody would expect me to say it.
That's how I envision you saying it. Like, Mike Jones out. Be there at 3. Big eye emojis. Are you a big eye emoji guy?
At certain times, a lot of times I just use the laughing emoji because I be laughing a lot. But if I got to get serious or if there's something I need to point out, you give them the eyes of it.
Hey, Greg Penn ate another piece of cake this week. Coach, hey, do you be because? So listen, we're gonna get to that in just a second. But so how's that? Take us through that though very quickly.
Oh, yeah. It's been good. Like we have some times that guys have gotten together. We're like, these days, this time and this time, we'll get together and do stuff. And it's been good. We go through our indie. The backers were together, go through our indie, and then we'll go through. We'll get together as a defense and line up against calls, make adjustments. You know what I'm saying? And then we go into, we get into like more offense versus defense stuff. So we have like we get a rotation going. We got a list of calls, and then we run these calls against the offense. We run 7-on-7. Do a couple of different racks of that. Then we get into team stuff, a couple racks of team. Getting calls, making the adjustments. Doing everything like we'd be practicing just without the coaches. Because so like when it's time to get going, we're ready. What I'm saying? We're ready to go. You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't be like we're starting over like how it is in spring when you just start. No, we're trying to come into fall camp prepared. Prepared to make the strides that we need to get ready to go have a great year. And so that's been smooth, man. But it's been pretty calm, man. We just line things up, communicate what we're gonna do. We get with the offensive side of the offensive guys and we get it done.
So, Mike, let me ask you: Do you go through something every week? Is there something new that you're trying to install with your guys on defense, like a different communication or different hand gestures, whatever it may be? Are y'all working on that, like something new every week, or are you trying to get everything, the base stuff, just loaded and ready to hunt it down? Or is it something new every week because, Coach House is new and a new DC, and I'm sure there's a lot that needs to be installed still.
Yeah. So this is actually the first week that we're starting over, so we do like this. I think we just finished our 4th week of install. We got a list of calls that we study on our own throughout the week. We get together and we get it done. But this week, we're trying to go through it like I think 3 times throughout the summer, the first 4 installs. And it's a good little bit of calls, it's enough to have a fun practice and, really get into things, and so just making sure we got those down because those are all the basics, plus a little bit more than just the basics,
Right.
Just being really detailed and, being able to go out there and say, okay, when we get to fall camp, we should be able to execute first 4 days of install, just like that, and so
right.
we get to, other things more. So it's like up until this point, we've been adding more and more in this week, but this is the first week that we're starting over from, the first week.
How is your SWAT team doing?
We so close. Okay. We're so close. And my team, we got the guys, we might not get all the little point, not little points, they're all important. But like me, I know we got, I like the backers on my team. We got West Weeks, Michael Baskerville, my boy Matt. So we're gonna always get them weight room points. Always. We got Jacoby and Guillory. We're gonna run the weight room points up. And so that always keeps us. We haven't won yet. We finished top 3 every time, I believe. Every time.
Hey. Okay. Mike Jones Jr. coming for number 1. Does Jacoby and Guillory go up and get a piece of cake and you just sprint over there and slap it out of his hand. Jacobian! You know, like that's I know you. I envision this.
I would be afraid to do that. One of the strongest human beings I've ever met in my life.
Hey man, you know that kid was squatting 650 pounds in high school?
He like tells me it every time we squat. It's like he literally, I've heard him tell me that multiple times. Like, we get it, dude. You're strong. We see the weight on the rack right there. We know you're strong.
You're like, I would say something like, dude, pause, but your thighs are bigger than the equator, dog. You know, like chill out, son. You could calm down.
Get it, bro. We get it.
Right. So your SWAT team's doing good. Who's leading at the current moment? Who's got the best team so far?
Makai Wingo, his team, they've been pretty consistent. They've been winning like most weeks. And somebody, I think it might have been Makai Gardner's team won this week, but Wingo won like 2-3 weeks in a row. And you know, I'm just happy somebody took him down, because if you win, you get to wear a yellow shirt. And Ali has been talking trash every day to me about the yellow shirt and about their team being all great. So now they're back on the playing field. You know, it's getting.
You gotta represent for AYS, buddy. Come on. Come on.
I know. If it was only weight room points, we at least if not winning every week.
Oh, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So that's so great to hear. I mean, a lot of the offseason stuff, it doesn't make – now, listen, we didn't have this, obviously, because it was like, do your bench, do your squats, do your cleans. But does this make going to workouts a little bit more fun, though, in a sense? Like, you're constantly competing. Does it make it much better and like you want to be there in a sense?
Yeah, absolutely, man. And I just feel like it's like played so much into just like the building of the team. Like now I don't even think about it as much as like, you know, playing in the, you know, the workouts. It's just like, you know, we wake up early in the morning to go live. I'm happy out there to be with the guys. Like, it's going to be fun. Like this live, it might not be the funnest thing. You know, it's going to be hard. We're going to push ourselves, but it's just fun because I get to be with the guys. You know, we talk around, we joke, we get after it, you know, and that's one thing I learned too, man. Like, the bond you create when everybody's going through adversity, you know, that's why I'm like, this is really your brothers. This is the brotherhood right here. We're going to fight for the brotherhood. We went through 2 months together, you know? And so, you know, I kind of like, I really enjoy these moments, you know, I always have. And, you know, I feel like, you know, the team chemistry, especially on the defense, man, like I got mad love for all those guys. Like, and it's really exciting. I'm excited to play.
Are you a morning workout guy or evening workout guy?
I got to get it done with. I refuse. I get scared if I come in there and see like guys passed out on the ground.
You start getting scared. Yeah,
I'll be sick the whole rest of the time leading up to the workout.
Hey, there's two kinds of people, Mike. The doers in the beginning and the don'ters. Okay, the doers and the don'ters. I was a don'ter. Don't you wake my fat ass up at 6:30. I will squat until kingdom come at 4:00. Do not wake me up at 6:30.
Man, it's the hottest time of the day in the evening.
But Mike, I gotta lose weight though, Big Daddy. I mean, you know, I be drinking a whole gallon of water. Bro, listen to this. So they told me my freshman year to come in at 3:15. I'm like, this coach is the heaviest I've ever been. I can't do this.
Yeah.
I felt bad. I looked bad. Week 1, Mississippi State, 281.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. Yes. All that water weight, man. All that water weight comes off.
Wow.
I'm telling you. I think 20 pounds, like it was a big shift, Mike. Big shift.
Wow.
All right, we got a couple questions for you. Lamar Williams, aka Precious, says, #Ask Mike, what is his process of choosing his in-game day cleats? Swag has got to be on point.
Man, you know, some days you just feel different, you know. So, like, I have a pair of purple ones, and they weren't too happy about me wearing them. I got to do to paint them, but they will be back out here this year. Okay. Don't tell the equipment staff. But I just feel
G-string, don't listen. G-string, don't listen to
no. stay away from it, G-string.
To the ladies out there, we're talking about Greg Stringfellow. We're not talking about actual
on the staff. It's a dude on the staff.
All right. Yeah, we gotta be careful, with that one. Blaine Smith says, #Ask Mike, what is your impression so far of the big dude, Quincy Wiggins?
True freak of nature. I literally, every time I see him, I literally tell him, Quincy, you're a freak of nature. He's on my yep, he's on my, I mean, not counting, he's on my SWAT team too. And so it's literally some days like we'll be warming up with our SWAT team, and like so we'll warm up in our line, and then we'll warm up, come back down to this line. And like 8 times out of the 10 different times I'll tell him, Quincy, you freak of nature.
You shouldn't be that big and chiseled and run that fast.
No, bro. It honestly doesn't make sense. I feel bad for the guys who had to play high school ball against him last year.
Dude, he was insane. I mean, look, him and Will Campbell went up against one another, and it was must-see TV. But they went together. They went up against each other at LSU football. It was must-see.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, dude, wow. I was like, bro. And then you dudes on the defense, Neil Farrell included, started getting on Will Campbell, and Will kind of pushed O'Neal. And I'm like, that's when I knew. That's when I knew. And then Jaquelin Roy, what you gonna do? And bro, my boy was standing there. Bro, y'all gotta be some left tackle now.
I'm not gonna lie, man. He's earned my respect. That's all I gotta say. He's earned my respect really quick, and I know he is not one to play with.
Man, I mean, it's crazy. The kid can't even grow a mustache at the current moment. You know what I mean? All right, last one, Mike, and then we'll get you on out of here. LG says, #Ask Mike, how's Harold Perkins coming since getting here?
Man, it's like I'm watching him grow up like so much, so quick, man. It's hard to not hard, I guess, but I know I didn't have the, really the want to go get so mentally, invested in football at this point. Like whenever I first came into college, I just thought I was going to be athletic, I could play. And that had me on the sidelines watching, but this dude's up there, man. Sometimes I'll be up there with Coach House, and usually it'd be me and him. And I'll be like, he'll be up there too. And I'll be like, wait, what are you doing here? And that just shows his desire to learn, and he's trying to play, man. And I got mad respect for his game. I can already tell, man, kid's super athletic, man, strong and fast, and understands football. And he's a linebacker. He's a real linebacker. And so I'm excited to watch him, man. I'm excited to see him this fall camp, man. And I know he's going to handle his business.
He's a young you, Mike. He's a young you.
So fashion. Yeah.
Well, I mean, don't you kind of take back on some of the things that you've done. I mean, let's not act like you didn't have a pick 6 at Clemson, pick in the in the playoffs.
True. When I refer to you, I talk about freshman me. Third year Mike was the veteran. He was locked in. He was he was ready. He was that guy. But freshman Mike, out of high school Mike.
Freshman Mike was worried about them Twitter followers, huh? Like me.
That's what it was. He was worried about the followers and what was happening after the game, what was happening Thursday.
I want pizza, bro. Thin crust, Domino's. Shout out Domino's. This is not a paid advertisement for Domino's. I lied. One more. I'll leave it here, but I'll ask this question. Ty Boudreaux says, "Iron sharpens iron." Mike. The funny thing is when you go up against somebody for so long, like you do in spring, you do in summer, and then you do in fall camp, for me on the defensive line, like, hey, buddy, you're showing your hand here.
Yeah.
You're showing your hand. I know what you're doing. You got to change this up. And then they will give me feedback. Blake, you lean a little bit too far back sometimes when it's on a pass set. Yeah. How much of that communication do you guys have? And because you just have so much access to one another.
Yeah. Man, especially being like a linebacker, you have that communication so much. And I love watching other guys do that too, man. Like watching the D line go against each other and they're telling each other what they do and what they do. Me and being the Mike, I would say mine is more of the sense of just watching plays develop and understanding football. I get to see, the guys on the offense, and I'm just trying to think and pick up on all the little things. And I know they're doing the same thing too. And I'll talk with some of the quarterbacks and be like, I was doing that? And they'll be like, yep. And I'll be like, I knew you were doing this though. And
go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish.
Oh yeah, but yeah, man, I really believe in that statement, man, and it's like just fun, like just getting to compete with the guys over and over and over, and you just picking up on little things, and as you pick up, you like, I got them. Next time I see this, I know what's happening, and they'll know that you know what's happening, and so they'll change it.
It's like Martin Lawrence. I know that you knew that I know that you knew. You know? Well, if you can catch Jaden Daniels in the open field, I'm pretty sure you can catch anybody. Bro, my man clocked at 21.5 miles per hour. Christ almighty, that's moving.
He's a fast guy. He is very fast.
You're like, get out there, Greg. Insane.
Greg, your help's on this side. I'm here with you.
Greg, run. By the way, I saw DeMario Tolan. Mm-hmm. You've talked about a lot about that dude. That's a big kid. Mike, we're big dudes.
I mean, just came into college.
Son, there's no reason that young man has any business being that big as a freshman.
Yeah, man. I know. That's why I'm like, with him and Perkville, I'm like, dang, these dudes, they just brought in some real college-ready dudes. Like, I had to change my whole body up. My mental had to change. Like, I had to grow up. These dudes came in grown.
I know. When you came in on the show, I was like, oh, I almost told you, chill out, Tom Hardy, with all those traps. You look like Bane right now. Jesus. I mean, chill out there, Bane. Anyway. All right, Mike, I kept you a little long, but you've been fantastic, man. Thank you so much. Stay hydrated and all that good stuff. We'll see you soon, brother. Thank you.